Basically, Gabbie is the last person I'd choose to hear from when talking about racism. It must be wild being so jealous that you legit become delusional. Hey guys! Today I'm going to be reacting to Adultolescence by Gabbie Hanna. But first, if you're new around here, listen up, because I've got a little secret for you. I'm not just any YouTuber. I am Charlotte the Starlet, and I'm a writer. So I don't just react, I review. And the way I do it is simple. If I like something, I add a point, starting from last video's total. And if I don't, I take one off. Now, as y'all can see, I've got a couple friends here with me. This is Angel, and this is Seth. Right, let's jump in. She is in this potentially life-threatening situation, yet is being so damn polite. What the heck is this? This has never happened before. I've never been absolutely stumped by any of these poems. I actually want to cry right now. No. Guys, it's an advice poem. If you've seen my other videos on this book, you know that these poems are my least favorite. They're just the worst. Gabbie basically takes minor inconveniences and tries to turn them into motivational advice that no one asked for. But this is actually pretty relevant because it's about racism. It's just a bit of a weird coincidence that this is the poem we're starting with, considering everything that happened with George Floyd. Because of what happened to George Floyd, a lot of people are talking about racism now. Finally. Usually racism is just kind of swept under the rug, which is not a good thing. I'm not here to talk about that. I can, but I won't. I've got a job to do. Oh no, Gabbie's making it hard. Gabbie's making it very hard. So this poem is basically Gabbie saying that it's so dumb that racism still exists. She's not wrong. But then she kind of messes it up and says it's literally a matter of black and white, and she uses kittens as an example. And there's literally a line that says, can we all just chill about judging by color, because fur is just fur and kittens are great. If I wanted to hear a YouTuber talk about racism, I would go through so many people before I'd get to Gabbie. Basically, Gabbie is the last person I'd choose to hear from when talking about racism. Because Gabbie has done a lot of things that have just proven she is ignorant beyond belief. In this poem, Gabbie's got this whole attitude where she's like, it's so simple. Literally black and white. No, it's not. There is a lot more to racism than that. Like, for a start, there are other races. And within each race, there are issues such as colorism, which is discrimination based on how dark people of color can be. I can almost guarantee that Gabbie Hanna herself has never suffered a day in her life because of her skin color. So who is she to be saying, oh, it's so simple? I want to take 10 points off for that. Right, the next one's called emotions. If you can't decide whether to laugh or cry, just laugh until you cry. If you don't want to live anymore and you can't decide whether to jump off a cliff or just jump in the ocean, jump off a cliff into the ocean. That's how stupid you sound. Right, oh wow. Next poem's called Santa. Oh my days, it comes with this gangster ass Santa. It's basically Santa if he was part of a biker gang, complete with headbands, shades, beer, and tattoos. So in this poem, Gabbie's kind of calling out kids who go around saying Santa's not real. She says that it's like when they lost the magic themselves, they just had to go around stealing it from everyone else. Y'all know what I think. Gabbie met a kid like this, and she was the one who got told Santa's not real, which made her mad, So she had to go home and write about it in her poetry book. Why is Gabbie coming for so many people in this book? At the end of this poem, Gabbie decided that one day they're gonna find out that they were wrong all these years. And when they do, she'll be there waiting, being like, I told you so. This does kind of demonstrate how juvenile, I'll say, Gabbie can be. Next one. Next one's called Certain. The whole thing says, I think, I guess, I know that you probably, definitely, maybe, for sure are potentially the one for me. Why do I relate? I can definitely be like this at times. See, I've already used one of the words. I rarely ever give definitive answers for things. If you ever ask me something, there's about an 80% chance that I will respond with one of the words used in this poem. But at the end of the day, that's all there is to it. There's literally nothing more to the poem. Right, the next one. Next one's called Self-Help. So in this one, Gabbie's talking about how she was told to be the best she can be, but she's actually had enough of spending time with herself. But I mean, it's still sound advice, you know? She says that she wants to spend her time with someone else, but in order to have a successful relationship with someone else, ideally, you should be the best you can be, which isn't quite the same as being at your best. You need to love yourself before you can love someone else. It's a lot easier said than done, but if you're currently struggling with that, all I want you to know is that you are not alone. I'm right there with you. Anyway, the next poem's called Clean. Well, would you look at that? We've got another example of Gabbie Hanna avoiding her problems. It says she's got a head full of nightmares, a heart full of rage, a belly full of liquor, and a sink full of dishes. She only chooses to tackle the dishes. Next poem's called Breakfast. Wow. This started off normal, but ended in a complete wreck. It starts off with Gabbie being like, you ever really want a bowl of cereal but you're out of milk? So instead of milk you used orange juice, and instead of cereal you used vodka? That's so sad. Oh my days. This sounds like the exact sort of thing that I'd hear from one of my friends in secondary school. You know, the type of friend that doesn't quite grasp that they don't really fit in, and so they make these awkward comments to try and sound relatable, but it just ends up making them seem like even more of a misfit. I was about to name what my friend was, but I probably shouldn't, just on the off chance that this channel does get somewhere one day. Alright, the next poem's called Aliens, and it's a long one. Oh my god, it's 2 pages. Right, so this is a bit of a weird one. In this one, Gabbie says that people are always looking for proof of aliens out in space, but they've been right in front of us this whole time. And she just gives examples of types of people that could actually be aliens. Except in her mind, this is fact. You know, her mind's already made up. She's talking about these people like they've already been exposed as aliens. And then at the end of the poem, she basically says they're winning championships and making cool acts and viral videos. She mentioned things like gymnasts that are able to hold another gymnast over their head and then perform a triple pirouette, or an 8-year-old singer that can give 50,000 people goosebumps by hitting one note, or just a regular looking guy who's able to shoot a basketball all the way from the opposite side of the court. First try. If you ask Gabbie Hanna, she deadass gonna say aliens. I think this is Gabbie's way of dealing with jealousy. It must be wild being so jealous that you legit become delusional. And I hate to say it, but she almost got me. I got so wrapped up in the examples that she was giving. And by the time I got to the second page, I was thinking, ooh, maybe she has a point. Because she makes these examples really detailed. So detailed that you read it and begin to think, wait, ain't no way these people are that talented naturally. And then I realized what I was thinking and how it's low-key disrespectful to the people who achieve these kind of things. The reason they're able to do all these things is because they dedicate their life to it. Moving on. Right. Oh my god, another advice poem! At least this one comes with an interesting picture. Look, money bag on a mousetrap. So this is all about superstitions. It kind of reminds me of one of the other poems we read. You know, the one where she's like, I think I maybe, definitely, probably, I guess, want to spend my life with you. That one. Just replace each of those uncertain words with a random superstition and you've got this poem. Because this is basically just a bunch of superstitions thrown into a paragraph. It's like a writing exercise where you have to see how many superstitions you can fit in 6 lines. We've got stuff like pick up a lucky penny, make a wish on a falling star, don't step on a crack, you know? It really is amazing how Gabbie can cram so much into a poem, but at the same time say nothing. Like each line sounds like the first half of a sentence. It barely made sense. Right, next one. Practically 1 line. It's a line and 2 words. It says, if I had one wish, it would be to never have a typo in a poem again. She misspelled the word again. She spelt it A-G-I-A-N. A giant. A Gian. A Gayan. That's just a witty little comment, not a poem. Okay, this one's called Flying. I hate the tone of this poem. It's weird, like even though I can't obviously hear Gabbie speaking because this is written, I can still tell that Gabbie knows she's gonna annoy people with this. And she is not sorry at all. She apologizes in a poem, but she is not sorry at all. I can tell, and it's so weird. There's not even any italicized words. Like that's usually how you show tone in a book, but I actually admire the fact that Gabbie managed to get that across without using it. It says if you're afraid to fly, just remember, you're more likely to die on the way to the airport than in an actual plane crash. That's what she's not sorry for. Okay, that is where I'm gonna leave it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give that like button a little kiss and subscribe to become a starlet. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter. And if you have read something that has left you shook beyond repair, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Bye.